Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Robert here at Scallywags Fishbowl, hanging out in my office today. What we're doing is we're going to be upgrading this tank right here that's got my 3 little Scarlet Badis in it and giving them an upgraded tank from a 3-gallon to a 5-gallon. Not a big upgrade, but it's enough of an upgrade that it'll fill this whole space here better for them. I'll be able to utilize the same light, the same little heater I've got for them, and we're just going to give them a fresh scape, kind of dedicate a larger space to them and see if we can get a little bit of action out of these guys, because they've been kind of showing some breeding behaviors that are familiar with the Badis species, and I'm really excited to see if they're actually going to do any breeding for me. Some of you guys may know this or not. Females are really, really rare to find or hard to find. I've never seen a female. I've got one in here that shows next to 0 color. There's little hints of red that are super, super hard to see. I've read online that any hen of red means it's a male, but these guys, they just show some odd behavior. So we're going to give it a shot, have a little bit of fun with it, give them a fresh scape either way, and then potentially in the future be adding more to this group in hopes of getting some breeding to go on. So what I have in here is I've got a tank, I've got a bucket, I got a net, I've got a pitcher full of stuff. I've got my hose to drain the tank all the way down. So first things first. Man, we stirred up some nastiness. I'm gonna put all this duckweed and water lettuce in the Buna tank. They don't mind. They will make quick work of most of it. Now, I've got a little container to put the fishies in. We're just gonna scoop out a little bit of their water and save it. Because I am just kind of blindly dipping this in here. I don't think I'm going to catch any of them, but you never know. I will try. Got one. Well, there she is, I think. Right. Now we're just looking for the last one. Where's he at? This is the little cube we're taking down. Just a little 3-gallon, 2.5-gallon thing. This water is really filthy. But in here we can see we have our 2 little Scarlet Badis. They're adorable little micro murder machines. They like to eat live foods. They can eat some flakes. From what I've read, mine are pretty spoiled. We eat live blackworms and brine shrimp and anything like that that I can get for them. Down to a pair of them after thoroughly looking through everything. So that means I lost one at some point. I do not remember seeing any problems or anything like that. This tank gets its regular weekly maintenance just like all the other tanks. So that's unfortunate. But it does happen, and I'm not seeing any bones or bodies, anything anywhere. So, all right, with these cube tanks, because they're rimless, they do come with this piece of foam. Let's find a new place for that light, but that's okay. We'd much rather have the fish tank here. I'm gonna go rinse this real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, now that we've given that a nice needed rinse, let the dog out at the same time, we can come up here, place our tank, and see that it looks amazing. Super excited. So I purchased some backing. I normally paint the back of my tanks. I didn't feel like painting this tank. This isn't my tank. Neither was that one. I borrowed these from the missus because these are her little cubes that aren't in use temporarily. So I don't want to paint them in case she wants to reuse them. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I picked up some of this strip is what it really is. I think it's a vinyl backing for your aquariums. I got black or blue. I picked this up at my local fish store over at Claws and Paws, excuse me. So I clearly got a piece way too big. I did that on purpose though, because my intention is to give these guys a little bit of security. So they were always super interested in everything going on beside them. I think it might have stressed them out a little bit. So I hope to do that. I'm going to cover it like halfway up on the sides. Oh, that'll look really good when we're done. Ta-da! So now we have a blank scape. Here we were using earlier. Really like that darker looking substrate. I don't mind that it's got other stuff mixed in it. It's kind of a natural look, so I think it'll be cool. It's a really tall bank back there in the corner. Little Bob Ross inspiration. Kind of see the tank. We got a nice little hill action going over here. Our heater will go back here in the background. And so will our filter. We're right there. So I've got these two trees, couple little rocks. It's kind of cool looking. That's interesting. What if we move it though? Oh, that's interesting. I like that look. Kind of like the look of that with just the one rock. You don't want to take away from that cool arch from that branch, but I just want to get one of these bigger rocks in here. I like it. Can't get my magnet in there. What if we lay it down here and it kind of goes like that? Just look at the arch. It'll hold that down for us, I think, if that floats at all. You still see some of the branch there, which is cool. That's awesome. So in here, what I have are lava rocks. My youngest child tumbled them in their rock tumbler for us. So they're not jagged and sharp. They're really smooth, but they're just regular old generic lava rock. I really like the black, so that's why we wanted that. I love lava rock. They make a really good filter media. They make good decorations in your tank. They're just good for all kinds of stuff. And I thought this would be an interesting use. Something you don't see a lot of. All right, so we made a mistake earlier. I didn't put my root tabs in. Let me go grab some tweezers. All right, sorry, I can't find the tweezers. What we're gonna do is just take this here. It's gonna push it in. And back though. Let me put this whole bag over here. Bury it way down in there. Okay, now what's left is this onyx stone. It looks kind of gray, but it turns a nice black. And I thought it, oh, look at that, that's awesome, would be a good contrasting color for some detail stones, just to kind of set everything off. Got a bunch of plants from the store the other day. They had a sale. Should have had these in here a long time ago. This is a Nano Anubias. This is a an Anubias, but it's called a Frazeri. Nice big broad-leafed one. I'm really just dropping these in here to get them out of their containers real quick. Oh, this one looks rough. You might make it though. This is a Java Fern. I don't get these to do very well for some reason in some of my tanks, so I saw this, we want to give it a shot. We'll see how it does. And for a lot of these, I'm not really just planting them, I'm just kind of going to leverage my hardscape to hold them down. Like I'm going to tuck this one here under this branch. There's this nice little gap. I'm going to push this rock up under there to hold him in place. This one, and do the same thing, just set it here, set a rock around it. Nubius, I want to do something with this branch here. I can't kind of force it in there to stay. Then our last little one, same thing. We're not doing anything with it. We're just going to stash it behind this branch and let it curl over like that. And there's a buddies coming down the back. And kind of do their thing back there. This one, Anubias, has turned into several. Let's get some water going. Yeah, my water method's not the greatest for this part. It's going to make a bit of a mess, but it'll be cool when we're done. They're just in their second finish filling. And then we'll fix everything that came undone while filling. We didn't see that coming. This wood had soaked for a long time. I didn't expect it to come right up. Alright, so alright, that's going to take a while to flow before it's, that's going to take a while before it sinks. So I'm not going to mess with that too much more. What I want to do is get the heat and the sponge in this thing and get the little fishies in it. I am either way super impressed with this. So, quick heat transition. Got that boy right there. No. Come back here, buddy. Go down in here. There we go. I like that a whole lot. Don't mind duckweed, I just don't want it all in this tank. If I can help it. Got it in all my other tanks, it'll happen eventually. But if I could stop it before it starts too bad, we're gonna try. I'm clearly not a professional at all of this. This is fun. I like the way this looks. And most importantly, it's an upgrade for the fish. And I think they're going to be happy. By golly, I think that did it. I don't see any more duckweed. For now. Oh, wait, there's one more. Yeah, buddy. I'm good with it. So, we'll put our branch back in here. Let it keep floating. Until it sinks. Once it sinks, I will prop that guy there and behind him somewhere, I think. For now, we're just gonna tuck him down here in this root. Yeah, he likes it. Oh, guys. Here you go. Good job. And both in here. Guys, that was a lot of fun. I really look forward to seeing this tank in the next month or two as it starts to kind of settle in and grow and the plants start to take off and the piece of wood that I made actually sinks down. I'm really sad not to find all three of the baddies today. I thoroughly checked all the water that we took out of the tank just to make sure I didn't accidentally scoop one of them up, and I haven't found them, so it looks like I did lose one. That just means that the two that are in there are doing really good, and that I will be adding two to scoop in the near future. Look out for that update. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye, Scallywags.